you guys haven't seen my last video, I went to Central Washington, Ellensburg to be exact, to do some exploring and ultimately test a new 180-degree awning that I got from Taruca. A little more on that later in the video. I left off that video saying I was going to head down to the Oregon coast and do some exploring over there. The whole purpose of this trip is to scope out some of the areas within the Tillamook State Forest, as well as enjoy some of the scenic views of the Oregon coast. Oh, and my 24-70mm broke in my last video. But good thing for me, I'm shooting everything in this video with a telephoto lens. I think it's a really good challenge. I mean, as a photographer, you gotta make do with what you have. And so this 70mm and everything is gonna be shot, or all the photos and some of the cinematic shots that I'm planning on doing is gonna be done with the telephoto lens. I'm here at Cannon Beach. It is pouring rain, so I am gonna put on a rain jacket and then see if I can get some shots of the Haystack Rock. Yeah, kind of explore around the Oregon coast. I come here quite a bit and there's always new things that I find and new things that I get to see. And so what we gotta do is grab some coffee. And so I'm over here at, what is this place called? Sleepy Monk Coffee Roastery. I actually do wanna buy a coffee bag.
Yeah, $13.95.
So just grab coffee and then coffee beans, and after that I think we're gonna walk around Haystack Rock. Seeing how I'm shooting with a 70 to 200mm, I might want to find some parking lot that's a little farther away from Haystack Rock and see what I can get over there. Was a horrible idea. I don't mind the rain, it's just that it's super windy outside. As for where we're going to next, I have no idea. I think I'm gonna head down Highway 101 and then kind of see where we head up to next. Yeah, so I definitely picked a pretty bad weekend to head down to the coast. Not only that it's raining, but it's pretty windy outside and it's cold. I haven't been here in a very long time because I heard that it shut down, but I also heard that it opened. And so now I'm here to check it out again. And I'm along the coast. You might as well check it out. So that was Tunnel Beach. The name kind of gives it away on why it's called Tunnel Beach. Last time I was here it was sunrise, and it was the coolest thing ever to walk through the tunnel as the sun rises and it hits all the rocks in the background. But yeah, it is now 1 p.m. and I know that I'm in the perfect area where there is a really cool campsite up in the mountains. And I've never been to it, but it looks really cool. This is the perfect place also to test out the awning with water and wind, because if you see my last video, I tested out the awning, but it was just windy that day and it held up really well. I mean, I was really impressed with it. I didn't even have to deploy the legs, and they advertise that you don't have to deploy the legs, but it comes with it just in case it gets way too windy. But yeah, gonna go up there, gonna scope the area out just in case I want to go back there when it's sunny. So yeah, gonna check that out, gonna see how it looks and everything. Let's see you up there. All right, so just deployed the awning, and this is it. This is the spot. I'll show you guys around. If more people come around here, which it doesn't look like it, I've been on this trail for quite some time and I didn't see a single person. Actually, I saw one person, but that was it. And he was all the way down there. But if more people start trailing down here, this is the perfect spot for a giant group. And if that's the case, I'll just move down the road. It helps me out anyways, because this, like I said, this spot is really, really muddy. Finally get to test this awning out in the rain, which is really cool. Like I said, this is in my last video, I first got this. It's the Taruca 180 Extreme Darkness. Super impressed by it just because it's a legit freestanding awning. You don't really need to deploy the legs, although it comes with it if you want. But if it's freestanding and you don't need to deploy legs, I really want to put that to the test. So I'm just going to leave it up as is like this. The food I'm going to make is actually going to take quite a while. It's boat noodles, and if you guys don't know what boat noodle is, it's essentially the Thai version of pho. The only big difference there is the sauce that you put in. So there's a bunch of soy sauce. Okay, so I just changed into something a little warmer. And so I'm not making a big batch either. So it honestly could be done in maybe 30 minutes, but I do gotta start boiling some water and getting all the ingredients ready. And so let's start doing that. So gonna get the water simmering just for a bit. So I have onions that's gonna go into the broth. Garlic chunks will also go in the broth. Onions, garlic. So actually the secret ingredient is pork blood. I'm gonna make the broth a little different because I don't have a kitchen, or not exactly a full-size kitchen. I'm just gonna toss everything in it. Normally you wanna wait a little bit before you toss all your stuff like the meatballs, but those are all going in as well. And so here is the pork butt. This normally will get marinated, and it should get marinated with just soy sauce, but for the sake of time, I'm just gonna put some chunks in there. So all this is going in the broth right now. And then these will go in. What I'm thinking is just saving some of these for later. I think that's good. The onions go in. You don't really need to toast these. The radish will go in. The garlic goes in. Normally you would want to toast these before you throw it in, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. This, I feel like I'm missing something. Huh. I know these, whatever. This goes in. You do want sugar. Rock sugar is best, but I didn't have rock sugar and I didn't want to buy rock sugar because I already have palm sugar. I'm gonna let this cook for a little bit, and then I'll add all these sauces in. All right, so I just skimmed it a little bit. Well, it's been about 30 minutes, so now it's about a pretty good time for me to start adding all the sauces that go into it. So let's start with that. All right, so let's start off with a little bit of fish sauce. Next sauce that goes in is soybean paste. This is soy sauce. This is black soy sauce. And this is Golden Mountain seasoning sauce. So here's what you would normally do. You would actually have a separate pot that boils the water, which I do have, but I kind of want to get out of here and then start heading down the coast. So I'm just gonna boil the noodles in the broth and then pour the broth on top of the noodles so it cooks it. But anyways, if you guys have any recommendations on the camping table, let me know, because I've been kind of in the market for one. Please don't do this at home. Use a separate bowl to boil water. Give that kind of, you can already see it thickening. That's so crazy. I'm gonna add just a little bit more, but that's pretty much it. Some green onions. And dump this in here. Like I said, maybe not traditional boat noodles, but I think all the ingredients are there. So cilantro, green onions, chili flakes, and fried garlic as the garnishing. I guess one kind of cool feature about this awning, I don't know what you would call this, but you can pull it and it's like a gutter system. So if you needed to get rid of some water on top of the awning that's been gathering, you can do that just by pulling this. And it's got it for all the sides as well, so I can pull it for the back and just have the water drip down. Pretty sure it's a pretty standard feature for awnings, but specifically for this one does have it, just in case if you find an awning that doesn't have it, the Taruca does. So I think it's about time that we head on out of here. So put back the awning, put everything away, and then I think we're gonna actually just be on our way out. I'm gonna toss the drone up, see what we can grab. This is what I've always wanted to get shots of, which is the background, the clouds moving, the fog coming in, and it'd be a waste for me not to grab it while I'm here. So this is probably why I like the Pacific Northwest so much, because you get the best of both worlds. Waterfalls, and then you get a bunch of trails where you can just drive around. So very cool spot. I've had this on my list for quite a while, but I've never gotten a chance to visit just because the roads had always been closed. And there's always forest fires out here in the Pacific Northwest and stuff. But gonna do some photos here. Probably the thumbnail is going to be something along the lines of this waterfall being in the background, and then the 4Runner right here. So no, the answer is I'm not gonna spend a night here or anything. In my opinion, maybe it's not the most popular photo spot, but it is a photo spot, so I don't want to really stay here and hog it all up. So, but I did deploy the tent just for photo's sake. So that'll wrap up the entire video. I really got to test out the awning in rain and how well it does during water, which I'm pretty happy about. I got to do a little bit of exploring within the Tillamook State Forest. I've always heard that that place is a really good place to camp and just do some overlanding in, and I 100% agree, seeing how I got to see that firsthand. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any other recommendations or places to check out, do let me know. The best place to reach out to me is probably Instagram, and I'll link that below. And but yeah, that wraps up the entire video. All right, take care, guys.